How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I don't do too many local stories, but I have a local story that I've been following the last few days. And so far here you see here, record of Vallejo cop in film front porch confrontation shows 2 recent shootings. Okay, let's get a little visual. Kick back. We're gonna learn some things. So, we got this cop here. See him with this gun. Here he is in another situation. This the same cop with this gun out. All right, keep that in mind. So here he is. See this man? It's a little bit blurry, but you could clearly see his hands up. All right, let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind. And this is the brother in question, and we're gonna go further. Now he was the one on the porch, and oops, shit popping up already. Some folks already on it like I am. I don't know why that keep popping up. Anyway, I done dug deep. I done found out some stuff about this super cop. Love pulling guns on people. There he is right there. I'm gonna take that off because I'm tired of doing what it do. So, get my other computer. I'm gonna read this article to the royal family. Police in Vallejo are asking that the public not rush to judgment. Okay. Again, we're not going to rush to judgment. Okay, we're going to see. About a video of a confrontation with a citizen that went viral. The Vallejo Police Department has launched an internal affairs investigation into the actions of Officer David McLaughlin. A homeowner said McLaughlin roughed him up on his front porch for recording a traffic stop. The man also claimed the officer used unnecessary force to detain him and cause injury to his head and hands. Officer McLaughlin also fired his gun twice while on duty. The first shooting appeared in 2016. No one was injured in the case. The second shooting happened in 2017. Investigators said McLaughlin is one of the 5 officers who fired 41 shots at a robbery suspect, Jeffrey Barboa, who later died. All 5 officers were cleared of any wrongdoing. McLaughlin also faced a civil rights lawsuit. Frederick Cooley's son, Marcellus, sued McLaughlin in 2014. This is the same officer that jumped out of the car, pointed guns at my son. Now the same officer is doing it to someone else's son, said Frederick Mark Cooley's father of Marcellus. Okay. Cooley also said McLaughlin pulled his son over while he was driving to Safeway to buy soup. The officer arrested him on drug charges, but the district attorney dropped the case. Cooley said there was no drugs in the car. His son claimed McLaughlin violated his civil rights. A judge dismissed the lawsuit after Marcellus died in 2015. They didn't give any reason why this young man died. Anytime they see him, they pull him over. He wasn't on parole or probation. He wasn't wanted on anything. It was just that he was black. He lived in South Vallejo, said Cooley. The city of Vallejo reports Officer McLaughlin joined the police force in 2014. He came from Oakland Police Department, where he spent 4 years patrolling the streets. McLaughlin graduated from Alameda County Sheriff Office Police Academy in 2010. A known officer, McLaughlin is a professional capacity I've been very confronted in his professionalism, said Lieutenant Kent Tibble with the Vallejo Police Department. Yeah, Tibble. Lieutenant Tibble asked for patience. The department launched an internal investigation. In the incident, they believe Officer McLaughlin chest cam will provide even more clues what exactly happened. Don't rush to judgment, said Lieutenant Tibble. And if there is a problem, it will be addressed. As the facts are revealed, they will be more available to the public. Officer McLaughlin continues to work doing his investigation. The homeowner in the video, Adrian Burrell, has hired attorney John Burris. I know John Burris' daughter. They plan to sue the police department and Officer McLaughlin. Okay, let's get into these videos. And they said, don't rush to judgment.
Says an officer roughed him up on his own front porch just for recording a traffic stop. The man also says the officer used unnecessary force to detain him. KPIX5's Dahl Lynn says the officer's background includes 2 shootings in recent years.
Vallejo police officer David McLaughlin fired his gun twice while on duty. The first shooting happened in 2016. Nobody was hurt in that case. The second shooting happened in 2017. Investigators say McLaughlin was one of 5 officers who fired 41 shots at robbery suspect Jeffrey Barboa. The man died. All 5 officers were later cleared of any wrongdoing. McLaughlin also faced a civil rights lawsuit. Frederick Mark Cooley's son Marcellus sued McLaughlin in 2014.
This is the same officer that jumped out the car and pointed guns at my son. Now this same officer is doing it to someone else's son.
Cooley says McLaughlin pulled his son over while he was driving to Safeway to buy soup. His son claimed McLaughlin violated his civil rights. A judge dismissed the lawsuit after Marcellus died in 2015.
Anytime they see him, they pull him over. He wasn't on probation, parole. He wasn't wanted for anything. It was just that he was black. He lived in South Vallejo.
The city of Vallejo reports Officer McLaughlin joined the Vallejo police force in 2014. He came from the Oakland Police Department, where he spent 4 years patrolling the streets. He graduated from the Alameda County Sheriff's Department's Police Academy in 2010.
I know him in a professional capacity. I've been very confident in his professionalism.
Lieutenant Kent Tribble is asking for patience. They've launched an internal affairs investigation into this incident. They believe Officer McLaughlin's chest cam will provide even more clues on what happened.
Don't rush to judgment, and if there is a problem, it will be addressed. And as the facts are revealed, they will be made available to the public as soon as possible.
Officer McLaughlin continues to work during this investigation. The homeowner in the video has hired attorney John Burris. They plan to...
All right. Homeboy look like he been drinking. Okay, so let's go on to the next phase.
Burrell says he recorded this exchange because he was alarmed by what was unfolding in front of his home. He says that he was not aware that the officer was going to do that, but now he's just hoping that someone can be held accountable for this.
Adrian Burrell says he walked out of his home Tuesday afternoon to a Vallejo police officer pointing a gun at his cousin in the driveway.
I've had both hands up, kind of like this, and I said, he can't hear you, he has his helmet on, kind of like chill out. He tells me to go back inside of my house.
Burrell instead pulled out his cell phone and started recording. You can hear the exchange between Burrell and Officer David McLaughlin.
You're going to go in the back of the car.
That's fine.
Okay. Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting you.
The video ends, but Burrell explained to us his account of what happened next.
Handcuffed me and threw me into this wall here, and then swung my body into that pole there where I knocked my head. Took me down the steps and detained me in the car, told me I was going to jail.
But then a turn of events. Burrell says Officer McLaughlin let him go once he realized Burrell was a veteran. The 28-year-old was honorably discharged from the Marines in 2012.
I felt violated. I felt like my humanity and my agency was taken away from me in a way that didn't need to be.
Now a civil rights attorney is representing Burrell, and the Vallejo Police Department has ordered an internal affairs investigation, releasing a statement that reads in part, "The entire incident was captured on the police officer's body camera and will be reviewed in connection with this investigation."
Burrell says he suffered a concussion from this incident and also some cuts and numbing to his hands from the handcuff.
Okay, I don't want any pop-ups here. This shit can do some crazy stuff, so bear with me, family.
Thanks.
Okay, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. But this article will be pinned in, family. You can see the whole exchange. You can read all of that and stuff, because I want to go on to the next video. Because they said don't rush to judgment. Don't jump to conclusions. So, Vallejo cop under fire, assaulting Marine. Check this video out. I'm gonna just check this out. Yeah, he does, has an aggressive past and all this stuff. So there's another person that this trigger-happy motherfucker like to pull his gun out anytime he get a chance.
About a Vallejo police officer facing an internal investigation for confronting and detaining a man as he recorded video of a traffic stop from his front porch.
And now we've learned this isn't the first time this same officer is accused of abusing his power.
Investigative reporter Candace Wynn joins us now with exclusive video, Candace, of another incident that happened just a few months ago.
That's right, Alex. Heather, it happened in Walnut Creek in the middle of the day. A Concord man says he did not know David McLaughlin was a police officer until after a gun was pointed at him. In plain clothes, in broad daylight.
I wonder why he felt so threatened that he had to pull his gun out.
Vallejo police officer David McLaughlin is seen here off duty with his gun drawn in the middle of Walnut Creek's Encina Grande shopping center. You can see people walking around.
Record this! Get on the ground. No.
This video, obtained exclusively by 2 investigators, is from August 11th. Santiago Hutchins says he arrived at a pizzeria to celebrate his son's birthday when McLaughlin was leaving.
We made eye contact, locked eyes. He asked me what I was looking at. So I approached him and see what his problem was. I said, what? We got into a verbal altercation. At that point, he pulled out his gun.
Can someone call 911?
I was heated, so I kept arguing with him. He said, he later identified himself as a cop, that he still had me at gunpoint.
Eyewitnesses say it wasn't clear McLaughlin was an officer, and the gun, in their opinion, escalated the situation.
I think he shouldn't have had his gun out so quickly. I never heard him say he was a cop. In fact, I never heard him say anything, to be really honest with you. He just had the gun aimed.
Bystanders called 911. Walnut Creek police arrived, and video shows them take down Hutchins with the help of an off-duty deputy. Officer McLaughlin, in the white T-shirt, joins in, throwing in punches and elbows, leaving Hutchins's face bloody.
He grabbed my head and started shoving it down onto the concrete.
Now, 4 months after this incident, McLaughlin finds himself under fire again, this time in Vallejo on January 22nd, where video shows him draw his gun during a traffic stop. He then approaches the driver's cousin, Adrian Burrell, who's recording from his front porch.
No, get back. Nope. Keep your hands where you can see him. Keep your hands right up. You're interfering with me, my man? You're interfering, so you're going to go in the back of the car. That's fine. Okay. You stop resisting. I'm not resisting you. Stop resisting. I'm not resisting. Put me on the ground. If you keep fighting me, I will. I'm not fighting.
Burrell says the struggle left him with a concussion. He says McLaughlin's tone changed when he learned Burrell was a Marine veteran.
You must remain aware that when you see a video, you are not, just like me, aware of all the factors involved in that incident. And there are a great many variables that can produce an officer to display a weapon.
We showed Burrell video of what happened in Walnut Creek.
What does it take for somebody to give somebody like me the benefit of the doubt?
Burrell says maybe it's Vallejo police who should stop giving McLaughlin the benefit of the doubt. 2 investigates found McLaughlin has a past. He left Oakland Police and joined Vallejo PD in 2014. He's been involved in 2 shootings and in 2014 was accused of falsifying a police report. Burrell's attorney says McLaughlin has been sued for racial profiling.
Do you think your client's incident was a one-off thing?
No, I don't. I absolutely don't. When the name came up, I was not surprised.
How much proof does it take? Like, what do you want? Like, how you want a couple dead bodies?
Internal Affairs is looking into both the Walnut Creek and Vallejo incidents. We just checked, and Officer McLaughlin is still working and is still on patrol this afternoon.
So have we been able, Candace, to gather any information about what that Internal Affairs investigation has found in regards to that first incident, the one that you uncovered the video of in Concord?
So with Santiago Hutchins in Walnut Creek with the Concord man, we know that it was launched, and we asked weekly for updates on that internal investigation, and we didn't hear either which way the result of it, and we are still asking for the result of that. We do know Hutchins was arrested for, and the charge was provoking a police officer, but his charges were dismissed.
And what could be the possible outcome of the current internal investigation that's now underway into the claims of excessive force?
The recent January incident. So that internal investigation is being expedited by the chief. He wants them to hurry up with us, and he says he'll determine his next steps once he gets the result.
Okay, so they got a problem. They got a trigger happy cop, and he done worked in 2 different cities, Oakland, and now he in Vallejo, and there has been recorded incidents of him pulling his gun. Okay, so he put this on himself because now people are, you know, they having to pull up his record, but they still leaving the motherfucker on the street. And like the brother said, what does it take? All right. He had an opportunity to kill somebody. You know, they shot 41 bullets. They went the guns a-blazing. And naturally, they're going to clear them. When they get too hot and heavy, you see they just shift them to another department. So this motherfucker, any chance that he get, he pulling his gun, he walking around with a chip on his motherfucking shoulder, and when he's off duty, people supposed to know that he's a cop. And if you look at him the wrong way, you know, because he feels some kind of way, then he pulls his gun. I'm going to tell you something my father told me years ago about these type of dudes. They sexually frustrated. They don't really get in good relationships. The divorce rate is real high on these type of dudes. And the women that they are with, because I've heard white women speak of these type of dudes, they always aggressive, they inadequate, they got all kind of sexual hang-ups. Yeah, I'm going there. Oh yeah, I'm going there. They got all kind of problems and all this overdoing shit and stuff. So what the fuck is it gonna take? Somebody to get their brains blowed out because this motherfucker go around fucking with everybody. A trigger happy, sexually frustrated, weak wheel ass cop. He got a gun. So Esau, you got everything that America provides, but your ass still inadequate. Ain't that something, my royal family? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And then they tell us not to rush to judgment. And that drunk motherfucker, his partner, he really need to be quiet with them big ass bags under his eyes. He's sucking on that ignorant oil all night. Really. I will be following this, my royal family. I rarely do local stories, but this one is big. And I'll follow through for the royal family. No need to worry. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.